So one of the biggest things that people need to understand for 2024 and any time around the new year, and that's that you cannot just wait till that time of the year to reach your goals. Like, you cannot just wait and assume that you're going to be ready when that time of the year hits. I see a lot of people having that mentality, and I understand where it comes from, right? You want to have change, you want to be different, but you have to understand it will never be the perfect time. You'll never be completely ready to start whatever goal, whatever fitness journey that you want to be on. There's never a better time than right now. And I'm saying that not to sound cliche, but to tell you that no matter how many videos that you watch, no matter how many different courses you watch on fitness, business, it does not matter. What you're going to see when you start is the fact that you're going to run into all these obstacles, all these mental, potentially even physical blocks that you didn't even know that were going to be there until you actually started. So there's no amount of preparation that you can do to prepare you for the obstacles that are coming your way. Now, obviously, there is a little bit, if you watch a course on, let's say, how to make money online, how to do affiliate marketing or drop shipping, you're going to have a lot better understanding of what mistakes to avoid. But it's not going to cover everything. It's not going to make you 100%, foolproof on every single aspect of that business model. So the only real way that you learn, the only way that you get experience is by putting yourself in the trenches and telling yourself, hey, I am not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to make mistakes, and I'm willing to learn along the way. I'm willing to take these lessons, these failures, as lessons as to what could actually push me forward. And that's something that I think a lot of people get confused. They think like failure, and the fear for failure is it's so like overcoming. Like it takes out the joy and the perseverance out of so many people, so they don't even start anything. And that is one of the biggest mistakes that you can make in your life for your dreams, for any type of goal that you want to achieve. So you have to be willing to take risk. And I'm not just saying take stupid risks, dump a whole bunch of money into a crypto or a stock you know nothing about, but you have to take calculated risks to where you know what the potential is. You know and understand what this business is, what fitness journey you're about to be on. So that's really just what I wanted to talk about today's video. Going into 2024, you have to have the right mindset. If you don't have the right mindset, you're just going to give up very easily. And another thing too is, like, people will do something for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks or so, but they don't stick with it. They'll do it for a little bit of time, expecting it to feel good, to make them feel happy, to help them reach their goals that they want, but they don't understand that regardless of what you do, when you're a beginner in something, you're going to suck at it 100% of the time. You're either going to suck at it really bad, or it's not going to be what you expect. So if you have the mentality of, okay, well, I understand that in order to get better at something, in order to be the person that I want to be, I'm going to have to go through trials and tribulations in order to reach that goal. But what I've learned now, I'm 25 years old, what I've learned is that no matter how hard something is, no matter how challenging it is, when you decide to commit to it for, let's say, 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let's just say 3 months, you will notice a night and day difference very quickly, especially if you continue to show up. Let's say going to the gym. Within the first couple of months, you're not going to really see any type of difference. But by month 3 to maybe 6, you're going to be seeing changes in your physique. As long as you're consistent, as long as you're showing up for yourself. You can't just be wishy-washy and say you're going to do something and not do it. You have to be very consistent with it. You have to be all in on something. Other than that, what you're going to do is you're going to create a vicious cycle, right? You're going to have these little bursts of motivation, be like, oh yeah, man, I'm going to be a new me next year. All you're doing is talking. You're not really doing anything about it. Like, watching all these motivational videos and stuff is good, but what they don't really tell you is the fact that you have to build a discipline. And the way that you build a discipline is by creating a routine, a habit out of something. And that can take 3 months. That can take 3 months, 3 to 6 months of you showing up regardless of how you feel, regardless of how, mentally or physically stressed you are. If you continue to show up for it, your body will adapt to it, your brain will adapt to it, and it will become like a second nature for you. So, and this is why not only do you see these types of habits with people that are in the fitness industry or they're really successful in business, you also see these types of habits with people that are maybe drug addicts or have a really bad life, or they have a way of self-sabotaging themselves. And that's because they've built a habit of not committing to something, of not being able to push themselves to the limit. They built a very bad habit for themselves. So anytime they want to try and push towards their goals or towards where they'll see change in themselves, when it gets too hard, they'll just resort back to their bad habits. So everything in life, when it comes to being successful or trying to become the best version of yourself, it all just comes down to your routine and your habits on a daily basis. You either have good or you have bad habits, and those will literally define your life and what progress you make in your life. Obviously, if you have really bad habits all the time, that's going to be your natural default, your mental default. That is why it is so hard for people to stay in the gym, to stay consistent with their goals, and they rinse and repeat the same just mindset that will not change year after year after year, because you have to be willing to suck it up and learn a new skill for 3 to 6 months. It's going to suck very bad. Like when I started going to the gym about a year ago, I think it's actually a year ago today, November 8th of 2022, it sucked terribly because I had never committed to the gym like that in my entire life. Instead of just watching all these videos online on how to be fit, how to grow muscle and stuff like that, a buddy of mine, he actually reached out to me and was like, hey, you need to start going to the gym. I can be your trainer. And instead of me being like, oh, maybe next year or maybe next month, I said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to start right now. And it was one of the best decisions that I've made in my life. And that's because I decided to jump in and not worry, not think about, oh, how do I gain muscle? Oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? I decided to just jump right in and learn as I go. So that sort of gives you an ignorance too. When you hear the phrase ignorance is bliss, this is exactly what it means. It means that, you're going to get into something that you don't really know about, you don't really know anything about, but 3 to 6 months down the line, years down the line, you're going to understand that because of this ignorance that you had about the subject, about whatever matter it is, it allowed yourself to push yourself harder than you would have if you were just watching these videos online, being all scared, trying to wait for the perfect time. It doesn't work like that. If you want to see the best results with yourself, you have to be willing to jump in and make a calculated risk and stop letting your mind and all these bad habits hold you back. Because a couple months down the line, looking back, once I built this habit of, me going to the gym, a lot more structured lifestyle, is the fact that I look back and I was like, wow, I actually did that. I was actually pushing myself very hard, and I didn't even realize that I could go that far. I didn't realize that, I could learn that much in that short amount of time. So you have to really bet on yourself when it comes to doing something that you really enjoy, or a goal that you have set for yourself. But other than that, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got some value out of it. I didn't really want to create, a special highly edited video, because I like these types of videos that are more natural, that are more informative. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.